Okay. Sorry, guys. That was a little technical difficulty. So, I wanted to pop on today and continue the conversation about how you can keep showing up for your business, and especially for your customers and your clients right now. So, I'm going to close my door because there is some craziness going on in the background. Okay. Still talking though. I'm back. Okay. So, what I want to say about this is right now we are on, I think, day 4 or day 5 of just a whole new way of the world being. And things are different right now. Things are crazy. We're in unprecedented times. What I know for sure is when we come out on the other side of this, we will return to a new normal. What was normal 2 weeks ago is never going to be normal again. That when things like this happen, inevitably it changes the way that we view the world. It changes the way that we communicate. It changes the way that we innovate. There are people right now who are coming up with new ways of doing businesses and new businesses that they're going to keep and adapt moving forward. And this is an opportunity as a business owner to really think about what do you want your business to look like in that new normal, and to spend some time being intentional about it. But before you do that, the number one most important thing that you can do right now is to be there for your customers and your prospective customers, to reach out and continue to show up for them in different and meaningful ways. So that might simply look like picking up the phone and calling every single one of your clients and saying, hey, we're here for you. How are you? It might look like sending a series of emails or video emails. It might look like offering some additional training or resources to help them in this time. The one thing I want you to be asking yourself today is, what are your customers or prospective customers facing right now? How do their lives look different today than they did 2 weeks ago? And what are the challenges that they're facing about that? And to figure out, how can you help them to overcome those challenges? It doesn't have to be through a new paid offer. It certainly could be, but it could also be through just a phone conversation. When people are stressed, we long to be seen, heard, and understood. The biggest thing that you can do for your clients and prospective clients right now is to show up in new and bigger ways, to see them and to hear them. And so I want to challenge you today to reach out to your customers. Find ways to get creative to be of service. And this might look different for every single business. This is really important because the worst thing that we can do as small businesses right now is take a break. This is not a vacation. It's not a break. Yes, it's a moment of pause and reflection and an opportunity to think, how can we connect more deeply? How can we be of more service? How can we continue to grow? And how can we help our customers continue to grow? And the reason that this is so important is that if you're a consultant, if you have a small business, if you have the ability to still deliver goods and services to your customers, you must. And you must continue to do so in a way that you are having a profitable business, because that's how we continue to support each other. If all businesses and all business owners stop making revenue right now, the economy stops. And that is the last thing that we want. The economy is going to be impacted by this. I am not making light of that. I am not disregarding that. The economy is going to take a drastic hit from this. But you can still do your part by showing up for your business and showing up for your customers every single day. And when you do that, as you are continuing to keep your business afloat, not only does that make it easier for you to continue to keep your team members, if you have them, afloat, but if you are generating income, you can put that income and that money back into the economy. You can order takeout from those restaurants. You could buy gift certificates from your massage therapist. If you're not generating revenue, you can't do that. It hurts everyone when you stop showing up. And so I did a call last night. I'm going to make the recording available. It says it's processing. It's been processing for 24 hours. So if it ever finishes processing, I'm going to make it available to anyone who wants some insights on, should they be selling right now? And if so, how? But The biggest question that I think every business owner needs to be asking themselves is it still possible to deliver what you offer in a way that is responsible and safe? And if not, is there a way that you could shift it or pivot it so that you can still deliver it in a way that is safe and responsible? And if the answer to that is yes, you must do it. You must do it for the sake of every other small business owner out there. That the more people that we can keep solvent, the more businesses that we can keep afloat, including our own, the better off we are when the new normal arrives. The other thing I want to say about this is that a new normal will arrive. And you can either use this time to grow, to get stronger, to create deeper connections, to create more resources for your customers so that when that new normal returns, you are positioned to thrive. Or you can totally just hide in a corner and say, I'm just going to go back to business as usual when this is over. There won't be business as usual when this is over. Business will be different than it was before. So how can you set yourself up for success for that now? Is that through creating stronger relationships? Is that through creating deeper offerings? Is that through pivoting the way that you do business? Those are the things that you need to be thinking about right now. But you can't do that without customers. And so you need to be showing up for your customers in bigger, more significant ways than you ever have before. This is a challenge to do what you do and to do it better and bigger and with more strategic insight than you were doing it 2 weeks ago. It's not a call to disappear and hide. If you are scared and upset and nervous, all of those things are okay. This is unprecedented, and the effects of it on individuals' health and their lives and their families and their livelihoods are going to be immeasurable for a long time. But what we can do is we can come together and still continue to serve one another in different and meaningful ways. And when you do that, you are doing your part in terms of keeping things moving forward. So what I want you to do today is I want you to think about how can you connect with your customers this week in a way that adds value to them and adds value to your business. It's okay to continue to add value to your business. That's not being selfish. You can be caring. You can offer resources. You can volunteer. You can make donations. You can give back to your community. You can offer scholarships. There are a lot of things that you can do to contribute to your community that have nothing to do with whether or not you choose to continue to do business and to do sales. And so think about today, what can you do to connect with your customers? Do you need to make phone calls to your customers? Do you need to send your customers a letter? Do you need to send your customers all an email? Or do you need to make some adjustments in what you're offering to your customers right now? I have a client and they service an industry that's been very impacted by this in terms of their livelihood. So they're proactively putting those clients on a maintenance plan so that they're not being charged as much for the service as they were before during this crisis. And, that's all part of the company values of being a strategic partner and helping their customers succeed. And so recognizing they're going to take a hit to the bottom line, but that customer is still engaged in proactive sales conversations with new customers because their service and what they offer is going to help people more now than it did 2 weeks ago. And I think that's true for a lot of businesses now. I want you to ask yourself, not only is it safe and responsible, every time I touch my face now on camera, I'm like horrified. Anyways, is it safe and responsible? But also, is it needed more or less right now? And to really think about that, start with how might it be needed more right now? I was talking to someone yesterday who has an interior design company and they do virtual interior design. And she's like, it seems frivolous. To me, I know the power of having a beautiful space and how that impacts my mental health. I feel like for a lot of people, if they're in a space that they don't love or that they don't like, that stresses them out, and that's where they're spending the majority of their time right now, and they have the resources to invest in even creating a small part of their home to make it a place that they can go to relax, that's a sanctuary, that is a tremendous service for her client base. She should absolutely be having those conversations right now. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I am for all of you guys to do as business owners, is think about how might your service help people more now than it was even doing before. And I think that that is incredibly, incredibly important. And I will say this, and I will keep saying it. I'm going to show up every day, at least this week. So that's one more day, but probably next week too, to give you encouragement to keep showing up for yourself, to keep showing up for your business, to keep showing up for your customers. What do your customers need right now? How can you support them? How can you be proactive in those communications? And if you do that now, you will create tremendous loyalty from those customers in the long term, and you will better position them to be successful in the long term, and you will better position your company to be more successful in the long term. My sense is that micro businesses right now and businesses that have the ability to pivot and offer services online and to offer things in a way that are of value to our economy are going to be what helps our economy recover faster after this. Every single person who has income in their pocket is going to be another person that can invest back into small businesses when the new normal gets here. And position yourself to be one of those people who has the resources, who has a thriving business, so that you can continue to do your part in helping other businesses that didn't have that opportunity or who had more of a limited opportunity to do that, to get back on their feet. So that's what I want to leave you with today. I want to really give you some sense of what can you do to connect with your customers. Think about, is it social media sharing? Is it, I've got another client, Joe Peterson Insurance in the Tri-Cities. They're an amazing group of people, just a big heart for the community. And they are partnering or encouraging businesses to get behind small businesses in the restaurant industry through a gift certificate program with another small business, Spotted Fox, which they're offering a tremendous opportunity for people to buy gift certificates to restaurants at a discounted rate. So it's similar to what you would see on like a Groupon, but local for Spotted Fox. And all of the proceeds of that are going to the restaurants. And then they're also contributing additional money to those restaurants. When you do things like that for your community and for your customers, people remember that. There's that great Maya Angelou quote about people won't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. Sorry, I need more coffee. So people won't remember what you said. They will remember how you made them feel. And this is an opportunity for you as a business owner to take leadership and make your customers feel supported, to feel seen, heard, to feel understood, and to feel like they're not in it alone. That is what we need right now, is we all need to recognize that just because we're practicing social distance, we're not practicing isolation. This is a time for us to connect more deeply in different ways than we ever have before. And you can do that today by reaching out and proactively connecting with your customers or your potential customers so they aren't alone in the way that they have been before. So I want to hear from you. What questions do you have? What are you struggling with? Are you struggling with how to connect with your customers during this time? If you are, put that in the comments and I will address those questions, or send me a DM if you don't want them to be public, and I will address those questions tomorrow. I want us to come together as a business community. I want our business community to continue to be the foundation and the backbone of this country as small business owners, and to continue to put our businesses in a position to do that. We can't do that if we stop showing up. So my challenge for you today is find a way to show up for your customers and go do it. Find at least 10 customers or prospective customers to connect with. Do it, share how it goes, and I will see you again tomorrow.